Hi, it's me. It is April the 30th and I have no idea what day of my Cambridge diet this is, officially or unofficially. This is, however, the second time I'm vlogging. So the last time I did it was, I think, something like the 7th of April, and I intended to vlog like really often, but I didn't. I broke my phone, and I was using an old one which had no memory because it was an old low memory iPhone 6. So I have my phone back. It's the iPhone 7, 128 gig because I keep using up all the space. So yeah, I couldn't do anything. Anyway, so why am I blogging today instead? Well, yesterday I was watching Life of Ollie, and I decided, yeah, so I started, and then time went off my phone for the children, and I didn't realise it was going to stop my filming. So yeah, where was I? I was saying how yesterday I was watching Life of Ollie. He is vlogging about Cambridge WeightPlan. He's doing it 100% sole source, step 1, and he's on step 2. Sorry, my kids are fighting in the other room. Yeah, so I've been doing it for a month, or just under a month, and it's been a bit of a journey. If you watched the first one, I think I said that I decided to start it 4 days before the Easter holidays, which was stupid. But I decided that I wasn't going to put it off. And then through this last month, I realised that actually, if I hadn't have started it then, when I needed to, when my head was in the right place, then I probably wouldn't have started until next week. Oh my God, this is going to be really, really hard. My life is complicated. I have 3 children. I've got Nicholas, I've got Dominic, I've got Scarlett, and both my boys, Nick, who is 11, and Dominic, who is 9, are on the autistic spectrum. They both have ADHD. Nick also has Klinefelter's syndrome, and Dominic has pain in the ass syndrome. And Scarlett is, if I'm honest, she's probably ADHD, but her main issue is that she's a 7-year-old girl. So yeah, I wanted to start vlogging about a year or so ago about the trials and tribulations of our life, and I've never got around to doing it. And then I started the Cambridge plan, and I saw Ollie doing his stuff. Well done, Ollie, and encouraging us really to kind of like get on board and, you know, just vlog, just pick up the phone, just film it. So in the last 5 minutes, this is the 3rd time of starting. I will work out if I can edit how to join them up. I have no idea what I'm doing here. And I'm hoping that I won't be completely and utterly boring. So yeah, why don't I start from the beginning? So I started on a Tuesday. I met Chris. Well, no, I've known Chris and Lorraine for a few years. Tenuous link. We live in a town called Thornbury. Everyone in Thornbury knows everybody from one way or another. And yeah, so I met Lorraine and Chris actually when Dominic was born. We were in the same antenatal group. Small world. And her daughter was born a week after mine. And so we saw each other in hospital, and then didn't see her for a couple of years, and then our children ended up at preschool together. So that was really nice. We were even on the fundraising committee together. Yay! Shout out to the amazing committee members of this world, because it's sometimes mostly a thankless task, but very vital. I'm not sure if you can hear this, but they are fighting in there. 2 seconds. I'm just going to do this from here. If you keep fighting over it, I will take it outside. This is going to be complicated. A friend kindly gave us an IKEA pod chair, egg chair thing, and which is great, brilliant. We've always wanted one. The children have always wanted one each. So somebody else was getting rid of one because their child doesn't use it. So they said, would you like it? And I'm like, yeah, great, that'd be great. They really, really love it. It's been here for 3 days. Dominic's happy in it. Scarlett kind of screams a little bit. Then they have to change, and then Dominic cannot stop touching her. He's on medication, but he's not today. Anyway, I digress. So, met Lorraine and Chris. Then at Christmas, we had the privilege of going to a fabulous wedding for her brother-in-law. No, her brother even, sorry, and sister-in-law, who also happens to be my husband's business partner. And they do discos, they do wedding discos, celebration roadshow. Mini little plug there. If you're having a wedding, they're great. So they got married. It was good. First time I'd seen Chris in ages. I'd heard that he'd lost a load of weight, and wow, it was amazing. I remember seeing Chris when we were on the fundraising committee, and I didn't really notice how big he was. First time I met him, it was just a bloke, nice bloke. I'm just going to keep going. I don't know whether you can hear the scream or not. Yes, so anyway, I was gutted because I started going to the gym and intending to follow some kind of healthy eating thing from last September in order to lose the weight for the wedding, and I didn't manage to. I'm going to have to break. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Until next time. Yeah, so I started going to the gym beginning of September when the kids went back to school, and I worked my ass off, literally, nearly, not enough clearly, and I managed to lose a dress size, but I didn't manage to lose any weight. But as we know, you can do all the exercise you want, but if you don't change your eating, if you don't change your lifestyle, you won't lose the weight. So yeah, by Christmas I'd lost a dress size, which was fab, but I was still 14.5 stone. I kind of fluctuated a few pounds. There were some weeks I was really good, then something would happen on the weekend, and then I would eat really well all week, and then the weekends would come along, and then the kids are pain in the ass eaters. Dominic is he's a meat-eating vegetarian. He doesn't really like meat. And they're off again. Jeez. So, yeah. So I would be really good all week. I would go off to work. I would be really good. And then weekends would happen. Or I had loads of stuff to do. And then we'd be like, oh, it's so late now, I haven't got time to cook. And Stuart would be like, well, why don't should we just get takeaway? I'm like, yeah, but, and he's like, oh, that's not really good for you, is it? And I'm like, not really. Oh well. So he'd get takeaway anyway. Obviously, I put the food in my mouth, it's my fault, it's not his fault. But it's really hard not to get that support. The kids live on pasta, macaroni cheese, spaghetti bolognese, won't eat meat, pasta and cheese. By the time I've cooked the food, and as you can see, we're just like, even trying to record this, they're trying to watch Minecraft, but Oh, it's gone quite quick. It was just a nightmare. And then we go out on the weekend and it takes us so long to get up and out and ready for anything. They're still in their pyjamas now and it is 3 o'clock. They are... So we would go out, because anytime we go out for an errand it would include a meal, because that's the only incentive to go out to do anything. Or I didn't have time to prepare anything, or I didn't want sandwiches again because bread's really bad. It got to the point where in order to eat a healthy diet I would go, well, I can't eat that and I can't eat that, that's unhealthy, that's unhealthy, that's unhealthy, so actually I won't eat then. So then I'd end up having breakfast first thing in the morning, about 7 o'clock. I'd always have porridge or Weetabix, and they're off again. This is normal. And then I wouldn't eat anything. Or if I took some stuff to work even, I would forget to eat. And then next thing I know, by like 2:30, and I go, well, I've got to leave now because I've got to go pick the kids up. Go pick the kids up, then I get back. Then they'd be all screaming with hunger because they are hungry and they need some food. So I would do that. Then I would start doing their tea. Then they would have their tea. Then we would argue over that because they didn't want to eat it, or they didn't like the smell of each other, or the smile on the face, or he's sitting too close to me. I know this is normal children stuff, and I know it's normal sibling stuff, but the reaction to this can sometimes be quite horrendous and include Lego bombs, which is a very intricate built model which then get launched across the room and explode like a nail bomb, but it is a Lego bomb. So by the time I got that sorted, broken up a million fights, just got normal stuff done, it'd be late and it'd be like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and I couldn't be bothered to do tea, so then I'd have a sandwich anyway, or I'd eat too much. And then it got to the point where I would want some chocolate to eat, or anything nice. My body was just like, I want something nice. So I ended up growing that habit, which grew bigger and bigger. A bit like a drug, really. You know, the more you have it, the more you got to have, higher the dose. Then, yeah, it's kind of got out of hand really over the last couple of years. I haven't always been this big. I managed to lose all the weight after every child. I always put weight on, just the way it was. I lost it all after Scarlett. In 18 months I lost 5 stone, including her. She was 9.5 pounds. But I did get, I got down to, I lost 5. I got down to 10.5 stone again for my brother's wedding. And then, unbeknownst to me, I got really ill with anemia. I never had problems when I was pregnant, so I didn't think it would be anemia, and I was exhausted. I mean, exhausted. I was white. I didn't realise until I got diagnosed with anemia. I got suicidal in my head, and I was like, that's not right. I know I'm not suicidal, but I'm having dangerous thoughts. So I went to the doctor, went, you need to put my medication up. Because I'm on antidepressants anyway. And yeah, so he was very helpful, and he said, I'll tell you what, we'll give you a blood test. Could have throttled him. So then he took blood test, and then I got a phone call straight away that evening, I think, saying you need to go to the doctor's tomorrow. And apparently I had no ferritin, hardly any ferritin, and really, really low iron. So I went in and I ended up on 300 milligrams of iron 3 times a day. That was pleasant. Not. Yeah, so, but what happened in that time was, that was in the November, and what had happened, I'd managed to put on 3 stone since the August. I put 3 stone on in 3 months, and I couldn't believe it. I had no idea. I'd lost weight all those other times from just controlling my appetite. If I was hungry, I would eat. If I wasn't hungry, I wouldn't eat. Well, I was so tired, I was hungry. So I was feeding my body, not realising that actually I was tired. It wasn't that my body needed food or calories. So yeah, so I've gone like that for a couple of years. and I've not been able to get out of that hole really. It was a bit embarrassing to go to, I had to have an operation, and I had to have stockings on my legs, and I had to have a blood thinner because I was obese. For the first time in my life, I was a statistic. I mean, you know, one I didn't like anyway. And I've struggled since then. I've not been able to lose weight at all. I have done all sorts. Lifestyles included there, willpower, lifestyle, depression. Mum nearly died. Yeah, you know, it all happens to us. Lots of shit happens. But I always know that you are the only person in control of your destiny. You have the choice to do anything or nothing, or make the right choice or make the wrong choice. You are the only person that is accountable for anything. So I was fed up with trying to do my best and then doing it for like 3 days, and then having done the Cambridge now for a month, I kind of realised that that actually that 3 or 4 day point that you reach, you do the same in Cambridge, and it's that bit of going into ketosis. But because I wasn't doing it with anything, with anyone, without a system, a real system in place, apart from cutting out crap and cutting out anything bad. But by doing that, I was actually only having 870 calories anyway, because I cut everything out that I was having that I wouldn't have, which was bad for you. But then that actually meant I wasn't eating anything. So then by day 4, my body was like, you're dying, you're starving, eat. And then even if I didn't go over my calories, I would, because I was eating late at night, I just stayed the same. And it was demoralising. And I was working my ass off at the gym. I've had PT sessions like twice a week since September. My ass is starting to look really good, but it's got too much cushioning on it for you to be able to see. Same for my stomach, same for my legs and my hips and my arms. I've got amazing muscles under here, but you can't see them. My bat wings have gone as well, and my shoulders, and you still can't see my clavicles, which is a bit that I want to aim for. I started to not want food at all. Just I don't want a relationship with food. I wasn't even gorging on the stuff. I just needed the calories and the energy and the nutrients to survive and not have to do any cooking or feeding myself. I had enough. It means I can cook the food for the kids and I don't have to worry about not eating it because it's not healthy. And actually I find that bit quite easy. The times I find really hard are when I was hungry, and I've worked out that on those days when you're really, really, really hungry on this plan is actually the days when you're dropping weight overnight and the fat's using it. I'll be back again, hang on. Okay, I'm back again. Sorry, I kind of leave just to go and have a tell them they started again. I literally have just said to him, stop. What's up? Okay, I'm back. What was I saying? I don't know if I started again. Anyway, so I worked out that if you are hungry, no, jeez. Oh my gosh. So, Ollie, I've decided that I am going to try and not swear in mine. I think you're great, mate. I think you're brilliant. I wanted to show my mum your blogs, but I know that she will not be able to tolerate the substantial use of language bad that you use. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's cool. I think it expresses what you say really, really well. I use them. I'm no good at grammar. I spoke to somebody about this and I was like, is it adjective? Is it adjective? You know, it's like, it's not rubbish, it's effing rubbish. Yeah, I think, you know, time and a place, and your vlog is cool for that. But I'm not sure whether my mum will would be able to tolerate it. She's a little bit old-fashioned like that. Nothing wrong with that. It's cool. But for that reason, I'm going to try not swear. So if for any reason I do, then you know that it's because it's the only word that is possible to use in that precise moment. Right, they've shut up. I've just given Dominic the 3rd degree. He stood on her foot. Didn't see through the holes of the blanket that he was under whilst led on top of the dog's bed. Because that's normal. Anyway, so where was I? Squirrel! God, no wonder I can't keep a bloody thought in my head. Hangry, yes. So that hangry phase you go through, when those days where you like, you know, you've eaten. There's two kind of days you have. One is the one where you know you're not hungry, but your head is like, but I just want. And I think this is what Cambridge WeightPlan is really good for, because you know you're not hungry. You just have to deal with the mental stuff, though. You don't have to worry about making the wrong choices about your meals, because you had all your nutrients in that meal already. But then there's the other days where you're really, really hungry. You're like, oh my gosh, I could just eat my arm off. What can I do? And I think that, yeah, those days there, you know, just ride them out. Just drink water. Drink the squash, you know, the powder, make it in. I hate it. I bought some this week off Lorraine. I put it off. They spoke to me about it, and it's all like, it's got sweetener in it. And I hate sugar-free squash. Thanks, Nick. Pregnancy did that to me. But I gave it and I bought some. I bought some of the raspberry and elderflower. I thought this would be lush. Actually, I'm just fed up with water. I was going through I dropped quite a few pounds last week, and I thought, yeah, I can do this. So I bought it and didn't like it. Really gutted. Do you know what? I hate looking at myself, my teeth. Look. I don't like that. I don't like that. Sorry. Anyway, so if you feel like that, I would say just get through it. Do everything you can to go to bed, drink some water, have a cup of tea, and just let your body do what it's doing. Just go to bed and let it do what it's doing, and just let it go. Tomorrow's another day, and then you can have breakfast again. Yay. Anyway, so these are all the things. I started my diet the week before Easter because I was virtually in tears. I'd had a go about to my husband about being unsupportive. The kids don't eat food that I can't have stir fries. You know, there's time element to making vegetable, potato and meat meals in the evening. I didn't know what I could have instead. I literally couldn't eat salad. Generally I like salad, but it got to the point where I was like, I can't eat it. A week on Cambridge diet, and you know what, just give me some salad. So it was really good. Anyway, that's where I got to. I'd gone to the chiropractor because my back was out again. And I know this is part of the weight issue as well. I'm on the phone a minute, please. Can you just leave him alone? He's leaving you. He's coming because he doesn't want you to be. Yeah, because you keep jumping on him or chasing him. Yes, I know. Just go play in the other room.
I'm hungry.
You've had your lunch. Have you had a drink?
No.
What do you want to drink?
Apple juice. I know, let me in there.
You can come in there here for a drink. Dom, why didn't you get a bottle of water here? He hates drinking. He just walks away. He'll go without. Yeah, so chiropractor, back. So I've been trying to get fit because my pelvis and my core muscles are weak as shit. They're non-existent. So hence going to the gym. I hadn't been to and then the chiropractor actually said I hadn't been to see him for 6 months, which is amazing because I used to go like every 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm clearly getting stronger, but I had to go in, something had gone. But I get a lot of tension in my shoulders, a lot of stress. I carry my stress in my shoulders, so I kind of like hunch up and then it pulls everything else up my back. So I went to him and I just went, I've just had enough. I'm fed up. I, basically said what I've already said to you guys about not wanting a relationship with food at all. I think that's the hardest thing with any other medical condition or anything like that, or addiction or anything, you can do without it. But like, you have to have food. You have to have food. You cannot live without food, so you have to have it, which means every day you have to face your addiction and your control issues. And I just didn't want to. Anyway, John he's doing he's a cyclist. He's built like a rugby player, and he was saying how actually at the moment he's training, and I'm not sure what it was. He was on some kind of vegan protein thing. I think he is vegan or vegetarian, I'm not sure, but he was just like, yeah, I just have this morning and dinner time and night time, and people are like going, yay, what are you having for lunch? And he's like, the same as I have every day, and this yummy stuff. Oh, did you enjoy your lunch? Nope, but it's another meal out the way. And you know what, that moment was just like that light bulb moment. The idea of the Cambridge WeightPlan before was just like, I don't like milk, I don't like milkshakes, no. The idea of having the same food day in and day out was an issue, because I'd had people suggest I do that for losing weight. Just eat the same thing every day. Just, you know what works, eat it every day. Nope, couldn't do it. But yeah, for some reason in that moment, he's so determined to do whatever the goal was. I can't remember whether it was, I don't know what it was, weight or bulk or what it was. But yeah, it just, in that moment, I just got it. So I had to, after that, I quickly had to bomb over to my son's school for a spring concert thing. And as I'm going over, I'm texting Lorraine going, Lorraine, Cambridge, can you see me today? Can you see me at lunchtime? I can be there in a couple of hours. Can I be there? Can I come? So I hadn't done any research on it. I just knew that it was going to be like same old, same old, same old. And I'm just like, do you know what? I've been saying all I want is nutrients. It doesn't matter about the taste. I've been saying that anyway. So I got my head around it. John had helped me get my head around it in that moment where he was just like, I'm just doing what I need to do. And I'm like, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, that's what I'm going to do. I didn't think about it. I just contacted him, went and done it. So I went and met them at lunchtime. They told me about the plan. They told me about soul sauce. And at that moment I went, crap, we've got Easter. We've got end of term. We've got end of term holidays. We've got picnics. We've got, oh my God, what have I done? And I was like, right, well, no, I'm starting today. I'm doing it today. I'm doing it today. I don't know how this is going to work. I'll do it today. I'm doing this. I have to do this. So that was the Tuesday before. So I got through, because it was Easter, Lorraine and Chris were going away, and I went and met up with Lorraine on the Friday, or Saturday, one of them. So I didn't weigh in because I hadn't done a whole week. I was just getting to that hangry phase. And actually we decided on having a second week of shakes, and so I did the first week I did shakes and soup, and the second week I did shakes and soup, and we talked about the fact that I was going to my in-laws for Good Friday for tea, and how I was going to deal with that. Anyway, what I have learned from that I need to share with you, actually, because a couple of weeks ago I found out about the meals. Well, no, I knew about the meals, but I was like, can we do the meals? So I went on to the meals, and I was like, do you know what? So cards out on the table. Good Friday, I ended up having tea at Susie's house. I had chili con carne with jacket potato. That was wrong, wasn't it? But we'd been walking all day. We went to Woodchester Mansion. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. Took the kids out, and it was lovely. But yeah, I hadn't really explained it. I'd had a shake at their house before we left. So I'd had that, and then they were like, oh well, this is healthy. I'm not a very confident person, and I just, actually I was really, really hungry because I was in the danger zone. I was on day 3, Tuesday, so I started Wednesday. Oh no, I've been doing it a week and a half. I've been doing it a week and a half. I hadn't quite got my head around it. Only just discovered Ollie, so I hadn't watched enough content to understand it all. Yeah, so day 10, first cock up, joy. Following day, back on plan. I went to my nephew's birthday party, and I had my shakes, and I had I love the smoothies. I don't like the milkshakes. Love the smoothies. So I had those. I had that in public with everyone. Told my auntie, told my mum, and I had that. Doddle, easy, didn't have a problem. Before all of this as well, I'd already had a picnic with my auntie and my sister. She come down from Leicester. We had meals all week with her, and I had my shake because I was still on shakes then and soup. So I carried on soups and shakes with her. Didn't have a problem at all. Friday, I think it was my embarrassment. It was to do with me. It was to do with my head that I couldn't not eat with my in-laws. I didn't, wasn't in the right headspace, I suppose. I know that they don't do it to me deliberately. They didn't do anything wrong either. When I say deliberately, I don't mean that they did something. If I turned around and was just like, no, it's fine, they'd have been fine with that. They've been really supportive. So yeah, it was me. It was my head. It wasn't bad company. It was bad thoughts. And then I think Sunday I was mini bag of Sunday was Easter Sunday, mini bag of mini eggs. Yeah, that was Sunday. And then Monday, back on it 100%. And I've been on it 100% ever since, actually. So I was full of guilt, and then actually I was watching Ollie's vlogs, and he was there just going, I don't see why people fall off plan, and I was like, yeah, I totally get that. I think I was beating myself a bit up about it, really, because I knew that, but then I kind of and I wasn't beating myself up because of what Ollie said and because of Ollie's opinion. No, not at all. It was my opinion too. I agreed with it. And I was struggling to deal with that. And then actually he said something really useful in one of them. And he was saying, actually, if you're going to start this, You know, don't start just before Christmas. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? You know, over Christmas, he carried on like normal, but he gave up all the caffeine drinks, hit him like a ton of bricks, and he paid that price over Christmas. And then it wasn't until the 7th of January, which was a whole week after the new year. So it wasn't like straight after. He got Christmas out of his system. Whereas Muggins here, not listening or reading to any of this stuff, not looking into it properly. I kind of knew what Cambridge was, but I actually deliberately didn't research it. And if I had, I wouldn't have been starting until next week in May, after this bank holiday. I wouldn't have started till then. So, do you know what? I was mental. I shouldn't have started the week before Easter. So yeah, I've fallen off a couple of times. But actually, I'm going to be kind to myself about it. It's all right. It's fine. You know, I went in and I weighed on that Tuesday. Chris was there that day. Lorraine wasn't there. She was busy with the kids. Oh no, she was doing Zumba. Go Zumba. Thornbury's brilliant. We've got loads of Zumba classes around here. It's cool. I can't wait to find time to join one. And I weighed in and I lost £8. So that was my second week weigh in. I'd lost £8. And I was probably only just going back into either going back into ketosis again, because obviously I messed up the Friday and then I'd messed up the Sunday by having that chocolate. So I hadn't been in ketosis since the Friday, and it was the Tuesday I lost £8. So yeah, imagine how much I could have lost otherwise. We'll never know. So that was that one. Then I stayed on plan, went for another week, went in last Tuesday, and I lost another £4. But considering that would have been probably less than a week in ketosis, I lost £4 because I knew that I weighed myself. I've got a bit of a weighing myself addiction, bit of a habit. I do it in the morning every morning, can't help it. And I actually stayed the same for the majority of that week. So I weighed in on the Tuesday. I stayed the same until the Friday. I had hell all weekend. So I already know what it's like to fall off the plan. And I was like, this is what happens. This is the price you pay. So it wasn't until Friday, Saturday, Sunday that I lost, and Monday that I lost that weight. So that £4 came off right at the very end. I think, in fact, on the Sunday, I was really hungry Saturday night. I think I was texting Lorraine. I was like, oh my God, I just want chocolate. I just need something. And we were just, you know, I've been late having my meals as well. So she's just like, have you had your meals? I then went and made myself I had the milkshakes. I mixed a cappuccino with a toffee and walnut thingy. And then I stuck in some mixed mousse stuff. Oh my God, that did the trick. That was what I had. I felt sick afterwards, actually, in fact. I think I ate it too quickly. And I whisked it up because I did it before where I just like mixed it up, and it was like a blancmange. It was like, I didn't like it. But I made it up in the whisk. I did it up in my, I got like a smoothie maker. So I whisked it up in that so it was like really airy. So it really does go like you know, like a chocolate mousse, like an aero mousse. It wasn't quite that much, but it kind of was a bit more aerated. That was really nice. That ticked the box. Got through that. Woke up the next day, lost £3. Okay, cool. So I'm back. Yeah, sorry about the interruptions. Hubby walked back in, accusing me of just sitting around. How come every time I walk in, you're sat on your phone? Recording my vlog. I'm doing this. Anyway, I snuck upstairs. I brought the washing up, like the tumble dryer. It started raining. Yay! Sunny old Thornbury. So yeah, I thought I'd quickly round this up, really, get to what happened last night. I've got to start thinking of titles for my blogs. I mean, kind of digressing off a little bit. I wanted to do vlogs, whichever. Actually, started off wanting to blog, and then I just never had time to sit down and write it. And I thought, yeah, I could just record it. But I haven't got around to doing that either. I tried perfectionism. Perfectionism gets in the way of everything. I can't do it right, so I won't do it at all. Which is why I started the diet when I did, instead of just, it wasn't until I was sat with Chris and Lorraine that first day that I realised the implications of, and I knew that although I wanted to stick to plan, I knew that my heart would overrule it. What can I say? We're a naughty family. Naughty, not naughty. Haha, didn't mean to make that pun. We're an autism family. We don't like change. Don't like change at all. And I couldn't get my head around how to change those things. And I've decided to be quite honest about this because I can't be the only person that struggles with this. I think part of my weight issues that have come about, I had them before I was big when I left school. I got big when I didn't lose the weight until I got to thinking I don't want to be fat when I get married. So I spent 4 years, I think, trying to lose 2 stone. Did it. I did eventually. Then I got married, put weight on, got pregnant 6 months later, had Nick, I put on 4 stone with him. I lost 2 stone in 10 days because I was so full of edema, destroyed my stomach. And then I managed to lose the 2 stone over the next year. Fell pregnant probably the weekend of Nick's birthday and had another baby 9 months later, obviously. It wasn't early. And I'd only put on 2 stone with him, including him, so that was cool. I stayed slim, trim. And but then I was hit really bad with postnatal depression, and I put on half stone. Then I planned to lose the weight, didn't manage to. When he was about 21 months old, I decided that I was going to start Weight Watchers again, which is how I did it all the other times. And then just so I went to start, I think I lost a few pound, half stone, I think, something like that. No, it wasn't that much, like a couple of pound, I think, because then I realised I was pregnant. Oops. Number 3, Scarlett came along. So I was 2 stone overweight when I got pregnant with Scarlett, and then I put 3 stone on with her. So by the time I weighed myself every time I went into labour, so I knew how heavy I was 15.5 stone when I had her. She was 9.5 pound. 14. So I lost a stone quite quickly. Then I lost the rest of it. Took me until a year and a half, I think. Year and a half to lose that. And then, like I said, I got poorly. But life's been a bit complicated since she was born. And we found out both the boys were autistic. We've had school issues. Nick's changed school in the last 6 months. Everyone keeps telling me not to worry about my weight because I've got other stuff to worry about. Don't need to worry about this. But you know what? Dominic used to run, and I couldn't run after him. Too much information, but I had gynae issues. I couldn't run after him. No, it's not happening. But being heavy makes them all worse. I've been I say cursed with a bust. And if I run, I need support. I can't be doing with it. I don't like the way I feel when I run. Everything moves, even the fat in my legs, like it moves along. You know those worms? I forgot what they're called, and like this forever worm thing. Bad example, but yeah, I can just feel like the fat on my legs kind of like jumping up and down when I'm running. My apron, those yeah, the apron. You know, men get bigger and it just comes out, but you know, even really big guys, you know, the apron. No, don't like it. There's lots of different types of exercises you can do. Some more bedroom exercises. It feels gross. I'm being honest about it. You know, it's all the stuff that goes, no, I'm not talking about it. Yeah, I'm happy and fat. No, 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 no. I promised myself I would never get over a size 16. I promised myself many years ago when I was little. And I'd got to a size 18. And it's not good. So I joined the gym. Thought I was going to do healthy eating. Gave up chocolate for Lent. So I actually joined the Cambridge diet the week before. I was allowed a week and a half before I was able to eat chocolate again. Genius, Emma. I think I'm the only person that can give up chocolate and put £3 on during Lent. Well done. Yep. So anyway, I was saying about I'd had the mixed mousse. Going back to that. Sorry, I hate looking at myself at the camera. I'm really sorry, I keep looking away. Bad eye contact. Don't know where I get that from. So I got through that. I weighed in on Tuesday. I'd lost another £4. And then had to fess up that I had a ball to go to on Friday, which was, no, not Friday, Saturday, which was last night, 29th of April. And it'd been planned for months and months and months and months. And I was really looking forward to it. I'd even hoped that I'd have lost some weight for it. I carried on losing weight this week. Like I said, I weighed myself, and on my scales. So when I weighed in at Lorraine and Chris's that first day, I weighed in on their scales at 15.1 and a half or a quarter. I can't remember. And when I weighed in this time, yeah, I think it was 13. I think I lost £13. But on my scales at home, I was 14 on that day. No, the day after. So I weighed myself on the Wednesday, the day I actually started the plan. And I weighed 14, 10 and a half. And yesterday, I weighed myself in the morning before I went. And I'd finally reached the lowest weight I had been since October 15. No, I was lower than it because October 15, I got down to 13.9 and a half, and yesterday morning I weighed myself and I was 13.8 and a half on my scales. So that's not the ones I'm counting, but you know, I kind of use that as my. It's not the one I'm using for Cambridge. It's just the one I'm using on my scales. So I know it's going to be confusing. I have ADHD, you know. Squirrel moments will happen a lot. So yeah, so I was the lowest I had been, and that meant, according to my scales, in the last 3.5 weeks, I've lost 1 stone and £2. And I talked about going for this ball, and I was like, do you know, I can say that I'm going to stick to plan, but I know I'm not going to. I might as well just be honest about it. So the Lorraine, I told them about it. Obviously, you know, they didn't condone it at all. They shouldn't condone it. And so I went out last night and I had a really, really, really lovely evening. It was a charity ball for Longfield House Hospice up in Minchinhampton in Stroud. Amazing place. I think it was only when I was there actually that I realised that my parents been there, because it supports a lot of people with Parkinson's. No, I was going to say supports a lot of people with cancer. That was why the lady was fundraising for it, because she'd had cancer. She was in remission, or she's got the all clear at the moment. Fabulous news. And she's been fundraising and she helps there now. But it's actually for people with life-limiting conditions. So my dad's got Parkinson's disease. He's been up there and they've supported my mum as well as carer. So just want to give a quick shout out for that place. It's amazing. Met some of the ladies there. Really, really helpful. Yes, I also we won the bidding on a silent auction, so now we have got a children's party at Wootton Under Edge Fire Station, so that'll be great. Dominic used to be obsessed with Fireman Sam. He loves hoses and water, and every boy's dream really, every mum's dream too, if we can get some men in in uniform, fireman uniform, yeah. That lost its thing, didn't it then? Spoiled that one. Men in uniform. Can't deny it. I weighed myself this morning on my scales. And my scales say 13 stone 10 and a half. No, 13 stone 10 dead. So, I'm out for ketosis. And I put on water weight. I know that is too much information, but let's face it, it's a woman's journey that I came on this morning as well. So there's going to be water retention there. That would also explain why I couldn't understand not the lack of willpower, but there is. You have to every month, isn't it? You ladies will know. You have to fight. You have to fight that urge and just go, I really want chocolate, really want chocolate. Or it's not even just chocolate. That's really crap. That's for some people. Sometimes it's just carb. It's like your body just wants a carb fix. Anything at all. And yeah, so that's quite normal anyway. Just so happens to coincide with me coming off plan. So I now have to pay the price. On the upside of that one, though, I just, if I'd have planned it like Ollie did, obviously he spoke to Mitch before Christmas, decided to come off there was no way he could go on to plan and be on all of those energy drinks, and give up that food as well. I mean, his body it was wrecked anyway trying to do it. So if I'd have planned to go on, if I'd have looked into it properly, I'm a bugger for researching everything. I would have talked myself out of it. I would have gone, well, there's no point starting because I've got a few things that I've got to do. I've got Easter, I've got the holidays. I've got this meal at the end of, I've got my nephew's birthday party, meal with my relatives. I think I've been out twice with the girls. Three times. So 2 drinking occasions. I stayed on plan. I drank water all night. And I also had, because I don't like fizzy water either, so if I go to the pub, I can just have water. Joy. I went out another time and I had Diet Pepsi. I did read, it says occasional sugar-free drinks. So I had Diet Pepsi. And then we went, the girls from my special needs group went out for a mum's meal. I had meal before I went out. I took my shaker and I took my smoothie with me so I could have dessert. and I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. My friend came with me, Helen. She sat opposite me, and I sat there while everybody ate their meal, and I was absolutely fine. And somebody said, "Oh, you're not eating?" I was like, "No, I forgot. I forgot I had something to eat before I came out." "Oh, no, I'm fine. I really want to come along. It's great." So I've had loads of occasions where, you know, especially when, you know, I've heard and read people going, "Oh, well, you know, going out for somebody's birthday, or I'm going to come off plan because." I had so many occasions I could have done. I've been for picnics, Minchinhampton Common, Rodborough Common, Winston's Ice Cream Factory. Oh, my favourite. All the kids, all the mums in my family, you know, my auntie, my cousin, my sister, our 5 kids, my auntie's 3 kids, my cousin's 2 kids. We all sat there. My uncle was there, all had ice cream. I didn't have that. I went and bought myself a cup of tea. Oh, no, I didn't. I had myself the amazing cherry bakewell tea. Lovely. Had that. Watched everybody. That was a really hard day. Watched everybody have a picnic. And I had, at that point, I didn't have any bars or anything. So I had a smoothie while everybody else did that. So I haven't been a total and utter cop-out. I haven't just gone, "Oh, there's been an occasion I had to come off plan." No, I didn't. Last night I did. It was planned months and months and months ago. I was really, really, really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Life can be really shit for me. Really shit. I kind of use that as a bit of a get through Easter, look forward to it. If I'd have waited until I would have planned to start, I've lost a stone in 3.5 weeks. I'm really proud of myself. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm on jury service. So, I've been jury service, and I've been getting up early, actually then getting in late, and I've carried on. I've taken my soup with me. They've got a kitchen there, so I've had smoothies, I've had my soup, doddle. It's been an absolute doddle. So me coming off plan last night wasn't about me not finding it a doddle, or me finding it too tempting. It was about an informative decision. I decided that was what I was going to do. And that's what I did. If I'd have not done the last 3.5 weeks, how much weight would I have put on instead? I had Easter. I haven't eaten, I'd bought Easter eggs before I went on plan, and Stuart had we shared one. Stuart's got it. I haven't had any. I would have gone out for 3 meals, 2 benders. I would have done, what else? There was something else as well. The picnic. I would have carb fixed up. How much chocolate would I have carried on eating in the evening? I'd have put weight on. I'd probably put at least another, I don't know. I haven't done as much walking in that as I thought. Funnily enough, during the holidays, I actually do less walking because the kids don't want to go out anywhere. It's a bit of one of us has to be in, one of us takes the other one out. It's it can be a bit complicated. We drive a lot because it's safer to take the car with us if there's meltdown. Then, I'd probably be a half stone heavier. So I would have maybe 1.5 stone or 2 stone to lose. Instead, I get to this point, I've already lost 1 stone. Fingers crossed, my body doesn't hold on to too much water. I'm going to have to go into ketosis again, which means I'm going to have to go through my hangry day, along with my hormonal blip that will be occurring at the same time. I haven't suffered too badly with PMT this week, so that is going to come out in about 3 days, which will coincide with going into ketosis. Somebody needs to give my husband a medal. All power to him. So, sorry, I keep looking over there. I don't know why. Every time I think of the children, I'm looking at the stairs. I'm sat in my bedroom now, on my bed. So I said I replied to Ollie's vlog yesterday and said, you know, actually, I'm going to vlog about this. I'm going to really explain about why I'm going off plan for one day. And I'm going to blog the payback that I will have to do for doing so. It was a really lovely evening. I'm forgiving myself for it. It was a conscious decision, which was, you know, I think that's important. I think that's important. And I didn't gorge on food. I mean, it was really, you know, it was a ball. It was a gala meal. I actually had already, when we had to place the order months ago, and I did quite well. I'd actually ordered a Caesar salad, which was like these tiny little gem lettuce leaves, like the centre, tiny. I had 2 slices, like it looked like packed chicken, like 2 slices. They were about that long, and they were about that wide. They were smoked, and that was it. I mean, they were about like that thin, like a bit thicker than deli slices. You know when you buy the pre-packed stuff. So there's 2 slices of that on top of these tiny little leaves. I mean, it was it was tiny, and then literally like about 4 or 5 drips of Caesar salad dressing, and 2. It couldn't be 2 whole like 1 anchovy cut in half on different part of the plate. So that was starter. Main, it was pork chop, vegetables, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, mange tout. I had a couple of carrots. I had mostly broccoli and cauliflower, and some mange tout. And then Lorraine warned me, and she was right. There was potato, but it was only like a little bit, only like that excuses it, only like that big and about that thick. It was like this like rusty potato thing, and some gravy. So I had that. Yeah, I'm just about to go, and I'm just finishing this, and then I'm gonna sort the washing out. Busted. So that's it. So the occasions where I went off were occasions that were pre-planned before I even thought about the plan, let alone plan to go on it. There was no planning to go on it. But every occasion that has been planned, every social occasion that has been planned ever since I started, I have not once deviated. I have stuck to it. So, you know, I'm proud of that. I can do this. And it's easy. And I can talk more about why I found it easy. I know you're going to say, well, if you found it easy, why do you go off plan? Like I said, I planned it before. If an occasion came along, like a gala meal, now, if somebody said, oh, there's one in June, do you want to go? I have to be honest, I'll probably say no. Or I'd say, I'll tell you what, I'll come after the meal. I'll join you afterwards. Because that's what it would do. So yes, let's see how I ride this out now. And see how I ride out until Tuesday. I'll weigh in. I'll see how I'm doing tomorrow. Weather's supposed to be rubbish. We were going to go to Slimbridge with my friend. I don't know what to do now. But whatever it will be on a plan. And I mean, at the end of the day, if I stay on plan, if I stay on soul source, step 1, you know, religiously, the sooner I do that, the sooner I can move on and I can get on to step 2. And then step 3, step 4, step 5. Just, you know, I want to do this. I want to get rid of this weight. I am done. I'm done. I want to get back into good eating habits again, instead of not eating or then eating too much. I didn't plan to yo-yo diet. I wasn't yo-yo dieting, but effectively, that's what yo-yo dieting is. So I'm hoping that this is resetting my habits, and I can introduce one meal at a time instead of doing, like, I've tried, this time around I've tried Weight Watchers or Slimming World or something. I cannot get my head around. I could before kids, easy peasy, but I can't get my head around preparing and having 3 healthy meals a day straight off. So I'm hoping that with the Cambridge plan I can, reintroduce that, get into the habit of preparing one meal and then adding 2 meals and then 3 meals and then adding the healthy snacks. I think that's the other thing. I can actually genuinely see me having one Cambridge product a day afterwards. I didn't think I would, but as time's gone on and I've understood a bit more and read a bit more, and I researched the steps for the first time, then yeah, I can see how, especially after I've had them, I feel quite invigorated. I mean, I know if you look at my old ones, I said I wanted to lose the spots and stuff, and they've gone. It's gone. I had this kind of really bad patch, and I've got a couple here, but like I said, I've just come on, so I always suffer with this. It's not good to see, but yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm interested actually whether I have changed much from my other video. I'm going to see. I think I've lost some off my chin, because when I used to kind of lean down, I had like 2 double chins. Now that's just like a crease there still. So I've just got one. So yeah. So hey, that's my story so far. Sorry it's really long. Hope you stuck it out. And yeah, watch your space. Bring it on. Bring it on. Right, I'm going to go and get something to eat. Laters. Bye.